Hi there, so this is going to be my demonstration of using my dog beep reinforcement device. I hope you enjoy it. I've gone into some technical details and explored different features related to it and the initial setup. Thank you. I'm demonstrating my project here. Unfortunately, I was unable to use Matter over Thread because my routers don't actually support Thread, unfortunately. I didn't realize it, and I have a lot of old technology because I haven't updated it in a while. So I'm instead demonstrating it via some expansion ports on the board itself, which also shows that they work. But anyhow, so you have a screen here, an OLED one, Seed Grove sensor, or Grove OLED, I think 1.12 is the version or something of the thing. And it has the HT21 on the board, and its readings here for temperature and humidity. And you can see it says last muzzle, and that's because her collar was the last one I activated, and I have a button over there. In the button I have set up so that if it's pressed once within a period of time, it will trigger for muzzle. But if it's pressed twice for a period of time, it triggers for mensch. And we use these collars to help keep them in line when they are barking, because they bark a lot. They're a very loud breed. So it just helps kind of deal with the noise by pushing the button and getting them used to the beep being a negative reinforcement. Yeah, so that's the setup here. And you can see I have in there the device, and works really well. I wish that I could have been able to use the machine learning model I set up, but the library with Edge Impulse was conflicting with some libraries that come with the board for TensorFlow Micro, and then I was unable to resolve that and get it working. I saw somebody else had theirs working, but they were passing the actual just audio signals directly into the input tensor that was expecting MFCC inputs, so it just wouldn't work. So I don't know how they got theirs working with that, because you would need to use the raw audio. And I tried using the raw audio, but it took up too much space. So this ended up being, unfortunately, a side thing for the future, where I'll implement the model there. And then, yeah, of course, I hopefully will be able to afford a new edge border router for the Thread sometime in the far future. But for now, this works for what it does. Thank you. This has little tiny little side pieces that allow it to lock in place without having any screws on the outside. There's also the hole for the antenna, and there's the USB hole. I'm going to demonstrate the collar being activated via the board over here. Any moment now it should power on and start sending the messages. Let me turn on the recording. I have it set to send it every 10 seconds for demonstration. You can hear it going off in the background. So with this, I'm able to trigger the beep noise based on a certain set. So when there's a bark, you can trigger that. Thank you. I've soldered the board now. I have the RFM69HCW right there. I picked that up from Adafruit, the component, and I've soldered it to the board. I have the antenna there for the 433 frequency and megahertz frequency, and the high 2.0 connectors, the AHT21 temperature sensor there. It's kind of out of production, but I have a lot of them, so I figured I'd include it with the board. You can get it from some random sites, AliExpress, and I think the Chinese version of LCSC has it as well, which you can't get outside of China, but it's producible at least. I have the light sensor over there as well. So the idea being that it would operate during certain lighting conditions. It would be able to detect that and tell. Anyhow, looks good. I'm gonna have to test it now.